I have decided to give you a bit of a heads up because I can't believe it. I just realised today's the 21st of September. I have absolutely no idea where the month has disappeared. For me, August and September are somewhat of a blur because of knit August nights. However, I wanted to give a bit of a chat because a couple of things. I've been really excited about some of the work that I've been doing and some of the yarn and colours that are coming in with spring. And some of that was some new spring cotton that we had in. And so if you've been following the Instagram and the Facebook, you know, the main page, you would have seen the Dolce Amore that has just come in from Filatura de Crosa, and it's really lovely bright springtime colours, and they complement the Milli Fili mercerised cottons that we had really, really well. So it was so much fun because they came in. At the same time, Alia Bland, aka the Little Bee, launched her most gorgeous floral Frida Crown. It's just beautiful. And it was like light bulbs for me and fireworks went off. I had to make one. So I have been playing around with some super bright colours because that's the thing with the Frida Crown. It's about bright colours. I mean, look at those. Beautiful, lovely, gorgeous, bright, fresh colours to create. And I'm going to hold this up because I've been playing around with it. A little, oh, there we go, headband of beautiful flowers. So I'm just fiddling around with it at the moment and trying to get positioning sorted. And look at that. Oh, so much fun. So it's called the Frida Crown and it's in Ravelry, so Frida Crown. And really, you can leave it up to your imagination of what you put in there. It's nice and simple. I am far from a crochet expert. I know how to single crochet, I know how to double crochet, I can chain, I can slip stitch. And to be honest, that's all you need to know how to do. That's how easy these crocheted roses are. And I mean, look at them. How can you not love those? And each one of these, and again, I am not amazing crocheter. Each one of these takes about 20 minutes, well for me, 20 minutes to half an hour. So if you're a pretty, you know, a pretty happy with it hooker, you could probably do these much faster. But they're just really fun to do. And you can play around with colour. Look at those, so much fun. And simple leaves, and it's just something a bit fun. Brilliant if you've got girls that you need to make gifts for Christmas. And honestly, I'm done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 flowers, and it's literally been over a couple of nights. It's really seriously addictive. So check out the Frida Crown. We are going to put together some little kits. We grabbed some headbands. The sort of headbands you need are ones, I just picked this up at a dollar store, with the sort of trellising in them, so you can actually attach your roses on there quite easy. I've just hand tied these on for the minute to check my positioning. So there you go, look at those, beautiful. And we'll be putting together just a little kit basically with the pattern, a hook and a headband. So if you're a bit like me, crochet isn't your natural happy place and you want to pick up that to get you started, then you can write a little kit with your headband and bits in it, and then you can just go around and decide how many colours you want to do it. Now I've done mine over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've done mine over 6 colours, which are those guys there. But you wouldn't have to do 6. Like you could do 1 for leaves, and then you know sort of those for flowers, or you could make it more tonal, or whatever takes your fancy. So these cottons, both of them work equally as well. I've used a small hook because I tend to be a bit loose, a loose hooker, you might say. Oh, bastard loose, that's me. So for me, I've used a 3mm hook, but some others that have tried this out have 3.25 has worked just fine. So that's what's going to come out in the kit, 3.25. But it doesn't have to be limited to, oh, bashing the desk, doesn't have to be limited to just these cottons. I mean, I've used the cottons because that's what Let Art and that's what Alia uses. But, which segues onto our next part, you could actually use wool. And if you were to use wool, I would strongly suggest the Bohemia Sport. I mean, look at those. Oh, absolutely delicious, bright, vibrant, fun. That on a 3.25mm hook will give you beautiful rose, lovely and soft, and that's the Bohemia Sport. So I've got Tiffin, which is one of the new colours, Vardo's quite a new one, Leather and Absinthe, which have been around for a while. They would look fantastic. Why is it a good idea to look at Outlaw yarns? Well, Outlaw October. If you've not heard about Outlaw October is a competition that's a knit along basically, and competition run by Debs at Outlaw Yarn. Make sure you head across to her Ravelry group, which is just called Outlaw Yarn. All the entry details and everything is there. There's 5 categories. There is a knitted shawl or scarf category and a crocheted shawl or scarf category, so for both, whether you're a knitter or a crocheter. The only thing there is that you must use an Outlaw yarn, and you need to have a combination of 3 colours. I mean, you know, oh, just saying, so nice. So 3 colour minimum. And it's across any Outlaw yarn too. So it doesn't need to be something fine like the Sport. I mean, you could turn around and it could be something like this Bohemia. It could be Vanitas. I mean, how's this for another colour combo there? Oh. So any 3 colours across the Outlaw range. They've also, if you want something beautiful and soft and ethereal, there is the NYX, and I can tell you right now, and I'm telling you before Debs can get to tell you, literally we are balling NYX as we speak. I've been down and the NYX is literally being balled today. So that will be heading out, will be in store with us over the next few days and down to Debs so she can get out to store. So there's definitely more NYX in the pipeline very, very soon. So knitted shawl or knitted crocheted shawl or scarf, 3 colour minimum. Then there is the shawl section, which is the crosswind shawl, and that is right there. Look at that. Oh, there we go. And this has been specifically designed using Outlaw Vanitas. Absolutely beautiful. It includes 4 colours, so this will be judged by the designer herself. So it is just absolutely absolutely gorgeous. So it's called the Crosswind Shawl by Laura Ayler. Crosswind Shawl by Laura Ayler. Don't panic, I am going to pop all the links in the comments so you can find where you need to be. So that's what she did hers in, which as you can see is the gold and the parchment and the green. But I jumped downstairs and pulled together a couple of other combinations for you in Vanitas, and these are actually, and I just love these. These are some of the new Vanitas colours. So we've got Wealth, which is that guy there, Parchment, which is this one here, Nostalgia, which is that deep, rich red, and this beautiful, beautiful inky colour here is called Wisdom, inky purpley blue. Look at that. Now, I mean, that and that, gorgeous. So that is, again, Crosswind Shawl by Ayla Taylor. So check that one out. Also too, I pulled, as she reaches over to get more, I grabbed, if you don't fancy doing it in Vanitas, but you want to try, look at that. Those are some, woohoo, there you go, some gorgeous Bohemia worsted colours. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this. Is Pandora. It's one of my favourites in the whole range. And Pandora and Proserpine, and it actually doesn't, it shows up more blue on the camera, but it's this most deep, rich turquoisey colour. Stunning. But, you know, look at that. Oh, so pretty. And that is Fog and Royal. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So there's lots of different combinations there. But if you don't fancy either or all of those in terms of category, well, the best category is the Renegade category. And I have to say that because I'm the one that's judging it. So, Renegade category, well, that's basically anything goes. So, I just want to see what you can create with an Outlaw yarn. I better check what, better double check. Yeah, it's Outlaw yarn only. That's the only criteria for this category. So, anything. Mix, Bohemia, either sport or worsted, Vanitas, Queen Bee. Think big, people. Knitting or crochet, Queen Bee, ooh, big hook. Fast project. I want to see, for me, it is about fearlessness, about breaking the rules. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it's someone else's design or it's your own, just let yourself go wild. We've got good stocks of all Queen Bee yarns ourselves, so you can jump onto the website, it's gaines.com, stock yourself up, or dive into the stash if you've already got some Queen Bee there. But first of all, make sure you head across to the Ravelry page. Outlaw Yarn is the group, and get yourself entered so Deb can track what's going on. There's also lots of wonderful chatter across there, people pulling together colour combinations, discussing ideas. So do jump over and see what's, basically check out what's going on across there, because it's, there's lots of things happening, lots and lots of fun. So that is Outlaw October, starts officially 1st of October. The other thing that's also balling, we've got both balling machines running today, it's all full on, is I've been downstairs in the last couple of days. They have been balling our new Moody Hues. And I've been talking on the Book of Face and Instagram about the new Moody Hues, which is a range we did several years ago. It's a Possum Merino range. And we haven't had a possum yarn outside, sort of our own possum yarn, for some time, and this range is taking sort of inspiration from sort of moody, interesting colours, but also from a range we had many years ago called Harvest, which were really lovely, beautiful heathered colours. Now there are still 2 more colours to come, so they haven't come through into balling yet, but these ones, I've just literally gone down and swiped these, because look at these, look at that. Oh, delicious. Now again, this actually, on the monitor I'm looking at, looks a little bit green, but this is actually a gold. Absolutely beautiful. It's called Saffron. That is a beautiful charcoal grey, and with it is this grey here, which is actually the natural, here we go, the natural base yarn. But look at those working together. I mean, colour work in that with that bit of saffron to give it a pop. Oh, divine. Feel like you want to go the other way? Well, we've got Brocade, which is this beautiful rich chocolate, with Twilight, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous, intense rich blue. And then the other 2 colours which are coming are a bottle green, which is actually very similar to this green that I'm wearing here, and a really rich, deep, luscious pink, which will sit within this range absolutely beautifully. So that's called Moody Hues, and hopefully those last colours will be through next week, and then I can get those all loaded up and out to you. But I just had to show these to you because look at that. Oh, so nice, so nice. But other than that, we are tracking along really, really well. There are still a few Fabricate magazines left, so if you, as a gift with purchase, so make sure you jump online, spend over $50 and you get a free Fabricate magazine. So if you haven't bought your Outlaw yarn yet for Outlaw October, that's perfect, go and do that. And in the meantime, keep following what I'm doing with my Frida Crown. So hopefully next time I speak to you, I'll be wearing my Frida Crown and you'll be able to see that. But in the meantime, have a great weekend. For those who are in New Zealand, get out and vote, people, if you haven't done so already. I mean, Suffrage Day was just the other day, 124 years, New Zealand, first to give women the vote in the world, and as women and basically as New Zealanders, we've got to get out there and vote. Doesn't matter what the outcome is, getting out voting is the #1 most important thing. So if you've not done it already, put the needles and the hooks down, get your butts down to a polling booth either tomorrow or Saturday, and exercise that right that all those women fought for 124 years ago. But until then, stay safe, stitch on.